Hello. Uh, boo. Boo. Hello. Hi, Terrence. How are you? How's your day? I hope everyone's doing well. Hello, Paper Spinner. How's your day? And John, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. At least it's not as cold as it has been. I'm glad about that, Paper. Good, John. So, let's see. Has everyone had a pretty quiet day? Hi again, Terrence. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Good. Good, good. Just eating Swedish fish while I talk to you guys. No? Well, I hope everyone's okay. Anyhow. And don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, comment, share. I do have other videos, like today I took videos of. I'm great, you're John. I'm glad you're great, John. Today I took a video of a town that the Bush family has in Maine, Kennebunkport. It's actually a rich town, but it's pretty. Nothing's cheap there. But, like I said, it's pretty, and it's on the coast. They actually used to make ships there. And I actually had a job there for a short time. It wasn't the best. The most common comment I got was, "I'm sorry you have to work." You take that as you wish, but yeah. I'm just eating Swedish fish. But yeah, I'm going to work in a little bit, a little less than an hour. Don't really want to, but I get the money that way. I do when I get the chance to. I know the Patriots were playing yesterday. Hi there, Belibert. I think I said that correctly. I hope you're doing well. See, I don't know if the Patriots won yesterday. I know that was a big game, but everyone feel free to comment, thumbs up, subscribe, share, come back. I always love the interactions. And I do have a bunch of videos and shorts from Maine and Massachusetts, and I'm going to be hopefully going to New Hampshire soon, and other parts of other places too. Because why not? It's fun to travel. There's awesome sights, awesome food, awesome people. And yeah, I have been all the way to the West Coast. They lost. Aww. I'm actually not doing too bad. What about you, Yosef? Thank you for asking. Oh, they actually won? Woohoo! I'm from Maine, so yeah. Hi, Thomas. I hope you're all doing well. And don't be one thing I'm always curious about is what country you're from. Because I've had people from all around the world. I've grown up from knowing people all around the world. So if you don't mind commenting what country you're from, feel free. Hi, Lorraine. I actually had an aunt with your name. It's an old name. Not common. I don't like common names because mine's very common and yeah, it gets old quick. So, I hope it's sunny. I hope you all have a good Christmas. If you haven't, give a thumbs up. Hi there, Cash Carter. How's it going? Don't be afraid to give a thumbs up. Subscribe, comment, check out my videos because most of them are nature, but I do have some Christmas ones from here in Maine and Massachusetts. Hi, Jeanette. How's it going? I hope it's all going well for you guys. You as well, and don't be afraid to subscribe, you guys. Thumbs up, check out videos, all that. Right now I'm just talking to you guys, eating Swedish fish before I go to work shortly. I figured I'd chime in, say hi, that kind of thing. Yesterday I did go live at a waterfall. On the rocks, it had thick ice on the rocks. There's video. I also took video. It was actually quite pretty in that area. There's even in the stones, you can see spots of quartz. Most of it, the stone there's slate from the look, at least from how it looks to me. Don't be afraid to check it all out. Don't be afraid to share any of it either. It's all greatly appreciated, even if it's just a thumbs up when live. I actually work in a restaurant. What do you do, if you don't mind? I am actually currently looking for a second job. You're a cop? When I was in the Army, I actually served with a few cops. So, if you don't mind, why are you watching? day off, and I do hope you have a good Christmas and it's safe for you out there. And if you don't mind, what state are you a cop in? A lot of the there's a good amount of the cops that I served with that, or like, yeah, I'm from the United States, so if there's a state that you are a cop, yeah. I don't ask what town or any of that, but I like to know at least what area people are from, country, things like that for fun. I like geography. I just like knowledge anyhow, but yeah. Oh, I've actually never been to Utah. Probably the closest I've been was Fort Irwin, California. And even that's not really that close. At least to my knowledge. So is it pretty quiet in your town that you patrol in? I don't even know if you're a local cop, state cop, federal, or whatnot, but I do hope that it's pretty safe for you. That's usually about what I've heard. My grandfather was, when he was in the Navy, he was their version of a cop. I've usually gotten along better with state police than local, because I noticed that local it's more common for the badge to go to their head. There have been good ones I've known, so I'm not saying that about all, it's just more common. And hi to who's next. Hi to the other person. I do like the comments though. To my knowledge, you're the first officer that's actually been watching. I was wondering if any have tuned in. I'm not complaining because there's good, bad in every group, and I'm not, as of right now, I'm not getting a bad vibe or energy from you, so I really don't mind. Yeah. I'm just glad that there's more good cops than there used to be. I'm not surprised. I had a best friend at one time that her father was a retired state trooper and former sheriff. And since he was a veteran, him and I clicked. And he actually treated me pretty well. He liked me for some reason. I wasn't going to complain either. First time I met him, the first thing I said made him laugh, which probably helped. And it was actually a full-on laugh, too, so that was definitely a good sign. Then the first thing he said was, "Come sit next to me." And at that point, we just clicked. And even though we're both veterans, we didn't really talk about war much. I'm sure you can get why. I think I'm basically ready for work. Yeah, I'm basically ready for work. So I do know that, like in Utah, it is quite different than Maine, like laws and landscape and all that. No kidding. I like hearing some stories like that. Maybe about a week ago, we had an 18-wheeler that got on the turnpike, going the wrong way. They were going southbound on the northbound side. They're one of the funny stories I actually heard from a cop was from a local cop when I was working overnight. He had just gotten on duty. He parked. Then he's like for a little while, like he normally did. Then would come in about like an hour and a half after shift starts, and I usually ask him how his night was going. Well, this night I didn't have to ask. He says, "Well, there was an event." I'm like, "What was it?" "Well, I was sitting in my car and I hit a deer. More like the deer hit me. I guess the deer ran up, hit the passenger side door of the cruiser, and turned around and took off." And he was laughing. He couldn't help but to chuckle about it. That made my night. There's like, what are the chances, especially like within a half hour of your shift starting? That's not likely. So all I could do was laugh because Maine does have a good amount of deer. There's even a town here in Maine that you can walk up and basically walk right up to the deer and pet them. Because you can't hunt in town, and the population of that town is less than 2,000, so they're so used to people, you can basically just walk right up to them. You'll stand there staring at them, and they'll be staring at you like right back like, "Yeah, so I'm always here." No kidding. Did you live in Salt Lake when the Olympics were there? And if so, what was that like? Because I know lived in Jacksonville, Florida, when the Patriots played in the Super Bowl there. It was January of 2005, I believe. And I actually worked security during that. That was hectic. So that must have been interesting. Were you a police officer at that time too? One of the state troopers, I bet it was extremely loud. The one of the stadies I served with, I'm 5'4", and he was maybe my height, but he was a canine. He was canine unit. I actually like the dog more than him. The dog actually seems smarter than him, but I do give him credit because like if he was in the wrong, he actually admitted it and corrected it, or tried to. So I can't complain overall. At least he was adult enough to do that. That was 22 years ago. He was my second first sergeant. That's awesome, because like some of the ones I served with didn't either. Some of them actually, some of them were like, well, one of them he was just like the basic level at first, and then they made it to sergeant, lieutenant, and now that one is actually a chief in a local town. I actually liked him and got along with him. He was, if he was anything, a cop like he was a soldier, he actually did the right thing. And actually wanted nothing but the best for people, so yeah, I can't complain. And I'm actually glad you tuned in. Feel free to actually subscribe. I'd like to I like your comments. Well, be safe out there. Definitely. I didn't realize you were on call. Definitely be safe. I hope to hear from you again. I'm on at random times, so feel free. I like chatting with you. And hi, whoever's watching again. But I'm gonna get going. I hope everyone has a safe, good day. I have to get to work. Be safe and make the best of it.